Good morning, everyone. How's everybody today? Y'all look good. All right, let's take a deep breath. And let's get started here. Welcome to day 18 of Core Prosperity Relief. So just get present right where you are. Just give yourself a moment. Let go of any thoughts you had prior to this moment. Just recognize that wherever you are, you have the capacity to begin again, to think again. So what I know is that this time is useful, purposeful. There is an infinite knowing within every one of us. And that whatever needs to be known, whatever the answer needs to be expanded, is expanded. And just get out of the way and allow this time to be its perfect time for each person individually. I get exactly what I came here to get, because what I came here to get, I brought with me. This is what I know. And I just let it be so. And so it is. Okay, everybody. So yesterday we talked about global expectations. And I want to first get clear about something about expectations. Hope is not an expectation, and I know I've said this already, but I think it's really important for us to also understand expectations are definite. If I really expect something, there is no hope, there is no doubt, there's nothing. There's just an expectation. So when you're looking at your expectations, it's really important to be so clear with yourself to say, what do I expect here? Really expect here. It is so easy for our, I'm going to say hopes. It is so easy for our wishes, our dreams, to get involved with our expectations. Because the work we're doing here is to get so clear with ourselves is that we actually understand, you know what, I'm not expecting that. I'm actually expecting this. So it's not about what you want to expect. I mean, we all want to expect amazing lives. But what do you actually expect? Because it helps you understand where you are. And you can't go anywhere until you know where you are. You can't just hop, skip, and jump somewhere else. Now, the truth is, you can, in mind, as soon as you know it. And the knowing is the key there. So let me just ask you, what are wants? So when you want things, how many people here today want something out of life? I do. There are wants that we have. So what exactly are wants? What is it when I want something? Well, I see it as two things. I can want something out of a reaction to what I don't have. Did you ever have that experience? Where you want based on what's going on in the world. Or you see something, it's like, yeah, I think well, there's a difference between I want and I'd like to have that. Maybe, hopefully. No. What are your wants? What do you really, really want? Like, I know that Diane Kerman really wants to produce this movie she's working on. Period, end of sentence. That is an absolute want. It's not based on the relative facts. It's not based on the world around her. It's based on something in her that says, I want to produce this movie. I know that Lesia wants to be a minister. Period, end of sentence. She doesn't care how she's going to get there, although she does, but she just wants that. That is a want, a definite want. Joyce wants to win the Pulitzer for writing about her characters. I don't know, that might not be true, Joyce, but she wants to write. So, and I know Mary Lee has this great project, right? This great thing that's happening. She wants that to happen well. And I love how she put it. Make me an offer. And I'm going to get to that in a bit. But what do you want? If you're wanting something out as is a reaction to something you don't like, that's a different kind of want. And you can get caught up in this cycle of wanting and wanting and wanting. And you know what wanting gets you? More wanting. However, there's the other kind of want, a desire, something, an authentic knowing that something is coming. Cue the music to sing from West Side Story. But there's something, really, you could use that song today. Could be, who knows, right? But there's something in you that is driving you to want, to desire, divine discontent. Something's missing. And you know what it is? It's a truth unrealized. Just think about that for a second. When you want something, really want something, there's a truth unrealized. Because you have it, the movie is made, Diane. The ministry is already intact, Lesia. That project is what it is, Marilee. Everything that we have in ourselves as a want is already fully realized. So the expectation comes into play by you saying, am I expecting it or not? And for Marilee's case, am I expecting this to work out correctly or not? And then it backs into, my life always unfolds perfectly. So yes, if I want this, it will work out perfectly. And if it doesn't happen the way I thought it was going to happen, that's still perfectly. If I am on principle and stay on principle. There have been things that have not worked out the way I've wanted that worked out exactly the way I wanted. I just didn't know it. That's faith. That's understanding what this thing called want is all about and understanding what expectations is all about. So let's go to rhythm. So how many of you, if I asked you, would say you have really good rhythm? I would hope you would say that, Catherine. I've seen you dance at a gala. So, rhythm, right? If you've got the rhythm, my brother Craig has great rhythm. He and I inherited the dance gene in our family. And some others have not, but that's a whole other story. So if you have rhythm, then there's something in you that's, now here's the thing, I was kidding about my family, sort of, but everybody has rhythm. Everyone has rhythm. And who cares if your rhythm is not the same as my rhythm? So let's just ask the question, what is your rhythm? What's your rhythm? And what I'm really asking you is your rhythm slow and depressing? Is your rhythm sporadic? Sometimes I have energy, sometimes I don't. Is your rhythm clear? Yesterday, as I did my dancing in the office, I knew what the day was about. I danced a lot yesterday. Anytime I heard music, I just stopped and danced. There is something about dancing. There's something about hearing a rhythm and attaching to it that brings something out in people. It really does. And do you know why some people can't dance when they hear the rhythm or they hear a song? Because they are judging themselves. The rhythm that is inside of you is loud and it is solid and it is driving you. But sometimes you basically think, I look stupid when I dance. I can't dance the way others do. And you get caught up in this pejorative of I'm not good enough. It's all linked back to self-worth. I would suggest today you find a piece of music and just dance to it, whether you have rhythm or not, because you do have rhythm, your rhythm. Who cares? And the question is, can you dance to your own rhythm when the whole world is dancing to a different beat? Or do you let race consciousness designate the beat for you and show you how you're supposed to dance? Remember this episode of Seinfeld with Elaine dancing? Do y'all remember that episode? And she's like, and she's throwing herself all over the place and everyone's just standing there like shocked that anyone would be that horrible of a dancer, but she was having a great time. And I remember the moment where she just turned around and she goes, what? Aren't we dancing? Dance! And threw herself all over again. That's who you have to become. It doesn't matter what the rest of the world is doing. Prosperity gets totally linked up with you not being willing to be spontaneous and stopping yourself from being in the rhythm of your life. So the question is, are you the choreographer of your life, or are you the chorus dancer that just follows whatever they tell you to do? Nothing against chorus dancers, Marilee, because you were brilliant, and you were a brilliant soloist too. So are you the choreographer of your life? There's a good question. What rhythms did you find throughout the day yesterday? I loved reading your blogs, by the way. Some of you were doing waltzes, and some of you were doing hip hop. Not many of you were doing hip hop, I must add. You should all try that. It's a different rhythm that you could try. So when you identify a rhythm as someone else's, and it's not where you want to dance, you know what to do? Stop dancing. Wait for the next rhythm. Create your own rhythm. Have you ever been at a dance or a gala or something, and you're out on the dance floor dancing, and suddenly the music changes, and the DJ must have had no offense, Craig, must have had like a brain fart, and he plays this idiotic song right after a song that's really made you amazing. What do? Do you stay there and kind of go, oh, I hate this song? Or do you just leave? Get off the dance floor. Right, I leave. Me too, Nancy. Get off the dance floor. I don't care if you're dancing with the hottest person out there. It's okay to turn and go, I'm going to sit this one out. And go find your own rhythm. You know, you're like, we're doing a lot of dancing today. But that's what prosperity is all about. Are you in the flow or not? And when you're not in the flow, it's because you're not hearing your own rhythm, your own dance. So there's a poem they call The Lost Poem by Ernest Holmes, which I don't know why they call it because it's right here. It's not lost. But anyway, here's the poem. So just take a deep breath and listen to this. This I saw, or else some greater presence made it known to me. The universe is filled with life, the earth, the sky, the sea, and teemed with intelligence, with majesty and might. Deep within me, some subtle inner sight beholds and sees, comprehends, and knows all. No fears, no falters, but answers the divine call to be as one, beyond the bonds of time and space, to overcome the bondage of the human race, and to leap with trust, undaunted and free, into the depths of that infinite sea whose waters calm and are ready to receive those who in simple faith believe. Isn't that beautiful? And to me, that poem is all about oneness. And that's something we need to talk about today. Because oneness, when you know you are the oneness, and I'm not going to say one with, no one's going to catch me saying that anymore. I'm not one with something because that's dualistic. But as Ernest Holmes says, I am one of all of this. I am all of this, as Rumi says, the entire ocean in a drop. How much more prosperous could I be than being the entire universe in this individual expression? Guess what oneness leads to? Ownership. If I'm all of this, I own it. This is what I am. I don't own my little piece of the sky here. I own all of it. So that's our word for today, ownership. What do you feel a part of? What draws you to it? Because whatever draws you to it is what you're focusing on. And remember, what you focus on expands. So the question is, in terms of oneness, when you understand you are the oneness, and that draws you to it, you are expanding into the infinite. Swami Vivekananda said this, all differences in the world are of degree and not of kind, because oneness is the secret to everything. Just listen to that last sentence. Oneness is the secret to everything. And if I am one with everything, and I've just said with, if I am one of everything, then I have a right to thrive. You have a right to thrive. I have a right to be prosperous. You have a right to be prosperous. I have a right to be passionate about my life. You, Michelle, have a right to be passionate about your life. I have a right to be creative, and it won't hinder my financial success or stability. For those of you who somehow think I can't be creative because I have to have a job to make money. No, you don't. I feel like Marianne Williamson now. No, you don't. Remember, she used to always do that to people. They'd say, I feel like, no, you don't. So you don't. You don't have to go get a job and be creative on the side. You have to be willing to dance to the creativity that you are, like Nancy Bergman, go out there, find an acting gig, and just act your heart out. And that will support you. Do what you love, but you have to understand who you are, that you are the oneness in order to own your creativity and what you're willing to do. I mean, remember, Thomas Troward said, my only purpose in life to enjoy it. In other words, dance to the music of your life. And if it entertains others, so be it. So your blog, just take a deep breath. I want to read some global expectations here. I expect to be enveloped in the joy of life and share that with others. And then and that was Marilee. And I love when she said, make me an offer. You know what? We should all be turning to the universe every single day and saying, make me an offer to the universe. We should know that the plethora of infinite opportunity is there, and we should just turn to it and say, hey, make me an offer. I'll let you know if I want to do that. So I'm going to use thank you, Marilee. I'm going to use make me an offer all freaking day. Make me an offer. Another one, self-forgiveness. My global intention, self-forgiveness. When I recognize all aspects of myself as love, I'll be able to let go of my story beliefs, my old story, my bullshit, my belief system. So the only one about that is no whens in your global expectation. Your global expectation can't be it needs to be, I recognize all aspects of myself as love. That is my global expectation. Although you were probably just being honest. Well, now step out of honesty and go into defiance. This is what I know, okay? I know and accept my worthiness. Great. My life is full, endless joy and boundless energy. There is always more. My life is filled with adventure and love. I am always surrounded by good friends and inspired by the beauty of nature. My life is fantastic and I need to mind my mind no matter what. Get rid of need. Okay, get rid of need because that says maybe you're not doing it. My life is fantastic and I am in charge of my mind no matter what, something like that. I share with myself and the world the message of divine love and peace. I live my highest and best spiritual God self. So mine is I expect to enjoy my life. What if we did that? Say that to yourself. I expect to enjoy my life. Now try this. I expect to enjoy my day. How about this? I expect to own my day. So here's the thing about ownership. When we take care of what we have, we continue to grow the value of it. I owned a theater. I took very good care of it, and it really paid off in the end. Ownership means you pay attention. Ownership means you take care of what you own. And ownership means you take care of your mind. Don't let your mind go rampant. Don't let it just suddenly go all over the place. Take charge of it. Pay attention to what you're thinking. Do I act like an owner of my life, or do I act like an employee of my life? How many of you are still acting like you're an employee of your own freaking life? You're not. You're the owner of it. And all of us that own things and own companies, merely, we own companies, we know it's mine to do. And if I don't do it, no one's doing it. So if you don't take care of your mind, no one's taking care of your mind for you. So do you own it or not? And if you don't own it, or you don't want to own it, sell it off. Buy something new. You're the owner. So for the next couple of days, I want you to think about this concept of ownership. I want you to pay attention where you're not owning your life, where something else is owning your life, the past, a relationship, beliefs that don't work for you. Here's a question. Are you willing to own your expectations? There are going to be expectations that you have that you don't want to own. It's time to sell them off. It's time to disabuse yourself of those expectations. So ask yourself, oh, do I want to own this? And if the answer is no, take it to the dump. Remember, there's a power for good in the universe, and you are it. You are the good. You are it because you own it. It's your word, and it's your word that is the law of your life. So today we're going to look at ownership. Pay attention. Just keep asking yourself, do I own this? And really ask yourself, do I want to own this? And if you don't, sell it off. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.